The year is 2154. Earth is overcrowded, polluted, and falling apart. Millions of people packed together with barely enough food, work, or medical care to survive. But high above all of that, floating in the clear, perfect silence of space, is Elysium, a giant ring-shaped space station. Lush green lawns, clean air, massive mansions. The people who live there have everything, and the most important thing they have is the medbay. A medbay is a small, pod-like medical machine that can scan a human body and cure anything: cancer, broken bones, radiation poisoning, any disease, any injury. Every home on Elysium has one, and not a single person on Earth is allowed to use them. That gap between those who have everything and those who have nothing is where our story begins. We meet Max Da Costa as a child. He's living in an orphanage, and even as a kid, you can tell he's got that restless, determined energy. He carries a small pendant, and one day he shows it to a girl his age, Frey. He makes her a promise. One day, he tells her, they're both going to live on Elysium. The nun who runs the orphanage, Sister Henrietta, tells him something that clearly stays with him. She says he is special, that he is meant for something important. It's a quiet moment, but it plants a seed that runs through the entire film. Now we jump forward. Max is an adult, and life has not been kind to him. He wakes up in a tiny apartment in Los Angeles, gets dressed, and heads out into the chaos of the streets. He's played by Matt Damon, and right away you can see he's someone who's been through a lot. He has a criminal record, and he's been trying hard to go straight. While waiting at a bus stop, Max is stopped by robotic police officers. These aren't human cops, they're machines, programmed to enforce the law, and they do it without any warmth or common sense. Max makes a dry, sarcastic comment, and one of the robots responds by physically grabbing his arm and snapping his wrist. He goes to a medical clinic to get his wrist looked at, and that's where he runs into Frey, the girl from the orphanage, now a grown woman working as a nurse. They clearly have history. There's warmth between them, maybe something more. Max asks her to get coffee with him. She's hesitant. She has responsibilities he doesn't know about yet, but she doesn't shut the door entirely. After the clinic, Max heads to work. The factory is owned by a company called Armadine, and it's a grim place. Rows of workers building robots and high-tech machinery, the same machines, ironically, used to enforce order on the very people building them. During his shift, something goes wrong. A large pallet gets jammed inside one of the radiation kilns, massive industrial chambers that are essentially giant ovens of lethal radiation. Max's supervisor tells him to go in and fix it manually. Max hesitates. He knows how dangerous it is, but in this world, if you refuse a direct order and lose your job, you lose everything. So he goes in. He manages to free the jammed pallet, but before he can get out, the door seals behind him. The kiln activates. Max is trapped inside as a massive dose of radiation floods the chamber. By the time they get him out, the damage is done. A medical robot runs a scan and delivers the verdict with complete indifference. Max's organs will begin failing. He has approximately 5 days to live. 5 days. The CEO of Armadine arrives at the factory that same day. His name is John Carlyle. When he sees Max, still clearly unwell from the radiation, his only concern is that Max's condition might somehow dirty or inconvenience him. He wants Max removed, not helped, removed. Max is handed a bottle of pills to keep his body functioning long enough to die quietly, and then he's fired. No apology, just a bottle of pills and a door. He walks out of that factory knowing he has 5 days before his body gives out completely, and the only thing in the world that can save him is a medbay on Elysium. So Max starts thinking. He goes to see a man named Spider. Spider runs a kind of underground operation in Los Angeles, part human smuggler, part black market hacker. He organizes illegal runs to Elysium, cramming desperate people into makeshift shuttles and launching them toward the station. Most of them get shot down by the defense systems before they ever land, but occasionally, some make it through. Max asks for a ticket to Elysium. Spider listens. He's not unsympathetic, but he's also a businessman. He tells Max that getting him to Elysium won't come free. Max needs to do something for Spider in return. What Spider needs is data. Specifically, he needs Max to intercept a wealthy Armadine executive and steal whatever encrypted financial data is locked in that person's brain. The target Spider has in mind is the most valuable possible: John Carlyle himself, the CEO, Max's boss, the man who had him removed from the factory while he was dying. Max agrees. Spider's people, called Butchers, prepare Max for the operation by bolting a hydraulic exoskeleton directly into his body. This is not a comfortable suit you put on. The metal frame is surgically attached to his bones and nervous system, giving him superhuman strength but at enormous physical cost. They also fit him with a data uplink port at the base of his skull, a small device that allows him to connect to other systems and download information directly into his brain. While all of this is happening on Earth, Secretary Jessica Delacourt, the head of Elysium's defense, reaches out to John Carlyle. The two of them share a vision. Elysium should not be run by people like Patel, the president of Elysium, who wring their hands over refugees and political optics. It should be run by someone willing to do what is necessary. Someone like Delacourt. Carlyle agrees to help her. He gets to work writing a program, a reboot of Elysium's entire operating system. When this reboot is triggered, it will reset the station's government and transfer all executive power to whoever has been designated as the new leader. That person would be Delacourt. Carlyle uploads this finished program, encrypted and locked, directly into his own brain, inside a neural implant. He doesn't know that Spider already has him in his sights. Spider has identified Carlyle's shuttle route and laid out the plan. Max, along with his best friend Julio and a group of Spider's mercenaries, will intercept Carlyle's private shuttle in the skies above Los Angeles. They'll bring it down, access Carlyle's neural implant, and pull the data out. The ambush launches. A ground-to-air attack brings Carlyle's shuttle down in the ruins of the city. The ship crashes hard, but the moment the shuttle went down, an alert reached Elysium. Delacourt knows Carlyle has been hit. She knows the data is at risk. She immediately activates one of her most dangerous assets, a sleeper agent living on Earth named Agent Kruger. He's been sitting dormant on Earth, waiting for exactly this kind of call. Delacourt activates him and gives him one mission: find Max, recover the data, and bring Carlyle in. And in the chaos that follows, Max fights his way to Carlyle. He connects his brain uplink to Carlyle's implant and begins downloading the encrypted program. He doesn't know what it contains. All he knows is that Spider wanted it, and getting it was his ticket to Elysium. The download completes. The data is now locked inside Max's skull. Kruger moves fast. He and his two teammates, Drake and Crow, arrive at the crash site in a dropship. They hit hard, and they hit without warning. Spider's mercenaries are caught off guard, and the firefight is short and brutal. During the chaos, Julio, Max's closest friend, someone who has stood by him through everything, provides cover fire to help Max escape. He doesn't make it. Julio is killed. Max runs. John Carlyle, already badly wounded from the shuttle crash, does not survive the firefight either. Max gets out alive, but he's in bad shape. He makes his way to Frey's house. When she finds him collapsed at her door, she doesn't turn him away. She treats his wounds. But Max also learns something he didn't know. Frey's daughter, a little girl named Matilda, is dying. She has leukemia, terminal. The same cruelty that defines the whole world applies here too. The treatment exists, perfectly and readily available, but only on Elysium. Frey asks Max to take Matilda with him, to get the little girl to a medbay. Max understands the desperation behind the request, but he also knows the truth of the situation. Taking Frey and Matilda with him would put them directly in the line of fire. He says no, not because he doesn't care, clearly he does, but because he's trying to protect them. It doesn't matter. Kruger has tracking technology, and he finds Max at Frey's home. He and his team raid the house. In one swift move, Kruger takes Frey and Matilda hostage, using them as leverage against Max. The choice is simple and brutal: cooperate or watch them suffer. Max is backed into a corner. He goes back to Spider, but the situation has changed. Spider tells him the signals to Elysium are being jammed, and it would take up to 5 days to break through. Max doesn't have 5 days. If he's going to get treatment, he needs to reach Elysium now. Spider reveals something else, something that changes everything. He's analyzed the data locked in Max's head. It's not just financial records or corporate secrets. It is the complete coding and control architecture of Elysium itself. Whoever uses that data can reboot the entire system. They can rewrite the laws, change who is a citizen, control the whole station. Max takes that information in, and then he makes a decision. He's going to go directly to Secretary Delacourt and offer her a deal: the data, in exchange for his treatment. Spider tells him that's a terrible idea, but Max isn't asking for permission. He's going. Spider, not willing to let the data just disappear, quietly attaches a small tracker to Max's back before he leaves. In case things go wrong, Max walks back to Kruger and surrenders, but he does it on his own terms. He has a grenade in his hand and makes clear that any aggressive move means they all go up together. Max agrees to go to Elysium with Kruger's team in exchange for access to a medbay when they arrive. Frey and Matilda are brought along. The ship launches toward Elysium. In the middle of the flight, the tension breaks. One of Kruger's teammates attempts to take the grenade from Max by force. The struggle ends with the grenade going off. The explosion catches Kruger full in the face, devastating him. It also damages the ship, and it goes down hard, crash landing on Elysium itself. Frey doesn't waste a second. She grabs Matilda and rushes to the nearest medbay. She puts her daughter inside. The machine scans the girl and immediately identifies her as an unauthorized subject. On Elysium, only citizens are allowed treatment. Matilda is not a citizen. Kruger's teammates drag what's left of Kruger to a medbay of their own. Within moments, Kruger's destroyed face is completely reconstructed. He wakes up fully healed. Kruger, now fully recovered and absolutely furious at what just happened to him, goes looking for Delacourt. He finds her and confronts her over his failure, which she responds to with open contempt. She makes it clear she considers him disposable and a liability. Kruger, whose sanity was already questionable before taking a grenade to the face, does not take this well. He kills her, a knife to the neck, swift and certain. With Delacourt dead, the political chain of command on Elysium fractures. Kruger and his team take over the station's security hub, its central command and control infrastructure. Kruger has no interest in delivering data to anyone anymore. He wants Elysium for himself. The situation on Elysium has completely unraveled. Meanwhile, back on Earth, Spider has been watching everything through the tracker he placed on Max. He sees the opportunity, and he makes a decision. He loads up his crew into their own shuttles and launches toward the station. Spider and his people land on Elysium. Now there are multiple forces in play on the station at the same time. Max pushes his way through the station, using the exoskeleton, fighting past Kruger's mercenaries as he moves deeper into Elysium. Along the way, he contacts Spider. Spider reminds him that the key to everything is the data stored inside Max's head. The data contains a reboot program for Elysium's system. If the program is uploaded through the station's core, the system will reset and the laws controlling Elysium can be rewritten. Every person on Earth would automatically become a citizen of Elysium, and the medbays would open to everyone. But the program has a fatal limitation. The encryption built into the upload will kill the host transmitting it. If Max uploads the data, the process will destroy him. Max continues toward the station's main computer core. Kruger realizes what Max is trying to do and goes after him personally. The chase leads to Elysium's server room. There, Max and Kruger finally confront each other in a brutal hand-to-hand fight. Both men are physically enhanced, and the fight quickly becomes a desperate struggle. During the fight, Max gains the upper hand. He pins Kruger near the edge of a catwalk and tears out the neural link that controls Kruger's enhancements. With the link removed, Kruger loses control and falls from the catwalk, ending the fight. With Kruger defeated and his mercenaries no longer coordinated, Max reaches the main computer interface with Spider. The terminal is ready, and the reboot program in Max's head can now be uploaded. However, both of them know the upload will kill Max. Max is already dying from the radiation exposure he suffered earlier. Knowing he does not have much time left, he decides to proceed. He authorizes the upload. The data begins transmitting into Elysium's system, triggering the reboot. As the process completes, the lethal encryption destroys Max. When the reboot finishes, Elysium's citizenship database is reset. Every person on Earth is now registered as a citizen. Frey brings Matilda to a medbay. The machine scans her, detects the leukemia, and cures it within seconds. At the same time, medical ships begin launching from Elysium and descending toward Earth, bringing advanced medical care to the people who were previously denied access. Max dies during the upload, but his action changes the system. For the first time, the technology of Elysium becomes available to everyone on Earth.